Okay, so I have one poem for you right now, and it's called Broken Angel. And I had written this poem a while back. I had read this story online. I think it was a fanfiction for Shugochara. And I just really loved the poem. I don't think I've ever emailed the link to the writer, and if I remembered them, I'd email it and be like, hey, you know, I read this story of yours, and it inspired me, but I forgot the writer. So if you know anyone who, you know, this poem sounds like, share it with them and be like, hey, you know, this sounds like your story. Go ahead, do that. It's okay with me, even if I don't know them. It's still kind of cool to find poems that remind you of stories you've read. And this one's just, oh, again, kind of a, you've seen my last video. It is kind of suicidal. And it's just hard. I'm just gonna read it. It looks like this. So here we go. So this is called Broken Angel. Nobody can love a broken angel. That's what she believed. She takes out her blade and starts to cut away at her wrists. No one stopped her, and no one noticed. She had a broken heart, and her wings were bloodied and torn, as she sat on her bed, thinking of nothing but who left her. When she moves for the final cut, someone grabs her hand, and she looks up, seeing it was the one who started it all, making her a broken angel, scarred from her sadness, and maybe a little bit of her madness. The one thing he didn't expect was to find his angel broken, bloody, and hurting. The one thing she didn't expect was for him to come back with open arms, stopping her harm, holding onto her tightly. He had kissed her forehead, just like he always did before, and he whispered his apologies as he tries to take away the pain from her. Surprising them at their actions, he was the one for action and emotions, and she was the happy, open book who always smiled, but now she's crying. She let him cradle her, and she had cried herself to sleep. When she was done, he wiped away her tears and kissed the last away. His love had fallen asleep a little later. After so long, she smiled completely from her heart, not realizing it in her dreams. He lays down with her, not caring if he had yelled at for later time. Now they are both safe, now they are both in content. His angel went from broken to fixed, no longer bloodied, but still scarred, still scared. She'll forgive him, but he'll never forgive himself for leaving and letting this happen. He'll fix her to love her only, to hold her tight and never to let her break again. Her scars are his reminders of this truth. Still, he knows that he will love her no matter how she looks, body and whole, for he only loves her soul. She is his broken angel for the moment, and soon he'll be his whole healed angel, for that's all he hopes. So that's the end of that poem. So, what do you think? And like I said, this poem is based off a story I wrote. I kind of added more at the end from what I had originally written. I have a problem doing that when I read stuff out sometimes, so if you ever see me post a link about like where I'm posting poetry and everything, it will be different, and it will be a bit, how do you say, I don't know. But anyways, tell me what you thought of my Broken Angel poem. Comment below, tell me if you like it. If you want to see more of my poetry, subscribe. And if you completely like this poem, please share it and help me for people to see more of this. not just because I want more views, it's because I want people to try to reconnect with poetry and a little bit of themselves. And I feel like poetry can help with that. So I will end it with that, and I will say night, morning, evening, afternoon, hi, goodbye. And I hope you have a wonderful time, a wonderful life,